What is going on, guys? Great to see you here, and thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Did you know in 2017 in the UK, 85% of fitness professionals that finished a personal training course within 3 months of starting within the industry were already out of work due to the fact that they had failed, left the job, or just basically disinterested? That's a pretty staggering statistic if you come to think about it. So it was so staggering that I felt my need as a PT that it really was my duty to make a short video detailing some of the main points I believe there are why PTs fail within the industry as a whole. Now, I do want to make a point really clear in saying that my views and my experiences are purely based on all of my true and real experiences, okay? And it's not to suggest that my views are necessarily the only views you should be taking into consideration before you start off in this career. It's really important to do your research, listen to a few different people that have got some experience in the industry, maybe a few different vloggers or some PTs or fitness professionals that you already know, and seek some advice from these people as well as myself. That is the best way to get the most accurate answer on making a decision of whether you want to be able to give yourself a fair chance at making it within this industry. So guys, PT in general is a tough industry, okay? I'm going to be talking mainly about working in a gym today and a little bit of online. But before I do that, I just want to give you a little bit of a talk about my brief background history and why I got into PT. So basically, I finished school at the age of 19 in 2008. I jumped straight into a plumbing apprenticeship for 4 years because I didn't know what I wanted to do at university, if anything at all. Turns out I never even went. Then I worked for myself for 1 year as a plumber, just self-employed, had my own business in Melbourne, Australia. And I was also playing for Australian football at the time, and I was having a few issues with injuries. I got some nasty knee injuries, had to have 2 full ACL reconstructions, which basically led me to the fact that I was not able to continue doing my plumbing work, which in reality I was really unhappy with anyway, so I'm super glad I quit. One of the best decisions arguably the best decision I actually ever made in my life to date so far. And I spoke to my mate who also stopped his plumbing career for the time being, and we got involved in a part-time PT course with Australian Institute of Fitness. Luckily, I was able to get some government reimbursement on the course, and I only actually had to pay around $200 for the course, when the course was actually valued up at around almost $2,000 simply because I had a certification 3 in Melbourne, Australia. So for any of you guys that is applicable to you, it's worth looking into before you apply for your PT course, whether you are able for any reason to get some government reimbursements, okay? So I completed the course, and straight away I started doing a little bit of work in a gym in Melbourne, and I was doing a few outdoor boot camps as well, just to start getting some general experience. Then I moved to London in the UK, and I started working for a gym in Shoreditch called Market Sports, or formerly known as Market Sports. It's now a Nuffield Health Centre. I worked there as a fitness coach for about 6 months, and then I tried to transition into a PT role within that gym, but due to political issues within that club and a few issues that I was having with my manager at the time, I had to quit the job immediately as soon as I was able to get a job at another gym called Virgin Active that you may be familiar with. Now, I started working at Virgin Active in 2015 as a PT, and things were awesome. I had a really great manager who gave me lots of leads when I started, and I had a lot of good experience from working as a fit coach and through playing a lot of sport as a kid. So I had a lot of good background experience that I was able to take to the role straight away and deliver with confidence. And I got off to a pretty good start to my career. And as it currently stands, I've been self-employed for over a year, just working on my personal brand and doing a little bit more online work as well as face-to-face work. And I've got to say, I'm pretty happy with where my life is now, and I'm pretty happy with my career going forward. Okay, so that's enough about me. I just again wanted to tell you that to make you feel like I am somewhat accredited to give you some views on why I believe most PTs, or 85% in 2017, were not successful in the industry within the UK. And I know that statistics around the world are going to be pretty similar as well, okay? So let's start with the first point, guys, that I want to talk about, and that is time. Most people, before they start off in the PT industry, they don't understand that they need to apply a great amount of time if they want to be successful, earning up to 50 to 70k a year or more. Now, the trouble is, and something that I really dislike with a lot of courses that are marketed here within the UK, is that they They don't promise, but they say, look, do a part-time course, be finished in 6 months, be the beacon of health, and you can earn 50 to 70k a year. Is this possible? Of course it is. But how much time does it take? I can tell you it's going to take a lot of time, a lot of effort, maybe a bit of money, and a lot of rejection. Okay, it does not come to the faint-hearted. You have to hustle and work for it and work as a true entrepreneur if you want to be earning that kind of money, and it's not going to happen overnight. Okay, so these marketing videos are a little bit disappointing and misleading from that front. Okay, but at the same time, as I said, it is achievable, okay, but you need to apply the time. When I was doing my course at Australian Institute of Fitness in Melbourne, there are a lot of parents doing the course, mums, dads, people working part-time jobs, people working full-time jobs. There's nothing wrong with starting it off as a side hustle, but what you need to understand is don't set false expectation and think that because you are only treating PT as a side hustle that it is just going to all of a sudden just take off and be your sole source of income. It's not going to happen. Unfortunately, if you do have family, well, unfortunately, but in terms of time, if you do have family and you do have a full-time job as an accountant or a lawyer or a doctor or whatever, and you've decided to go for a career change to PT because that's what you feel like you really want to do, then you need to work out a way that you can manage to slowly start applying more time to educating yourself about personal training and fitness, learning new courses, discovering your niche, all those sorts of things. Being in the gym, if you don't have the time, guys, in summary, it's not going to work for you as a PT. So the next point I want to talk to you guys about is being a good salesperson. If you are not a good salesperson in the long term, you are not going to be a great PT. Okay, this is not often described when you're taking the course, and there's often not a lot of training that's involved, at least in my course, about how to sell to your clientele or your prospects. Okay, now you can't turn around and say, but I just want to focus on the fitness side of things. I don't really, want to get into the sales. If you want to be successful as a PT, online or face-to-face, you need to start practicing sales. If you're not good at it, take some courses, find some people that are good at it, spend some time with them, learn some tips, and get good at sales. If you cannot sell your service and you don't understand your service, you are not going to get any clients and your career will be over very, very quickly, guys. So that leads me on to my next point, which is just having raw passion. Guys, it kind of seems obvious, but if you're really not passionate about being within this industry and truly living as the beacon of health, or your version and client's version of the beacon of health for your niche within the industry, you are not going to last long term as a PT, whether it's online or face-to-face. Are you living that lifestyle? Do you practice what you preach? You're telling your clients to train 3 times a week. Are you giving yourself at least 3 to 5 sessions a week to train? And if you're not, there better be a pretty good reason why you're not. You better be off doing some PT course or doing some kind of course or entrepreneurial course that's going to better your understanding of your business, to throw your business forward. It's going to be hard enough to succeed if you are applying your full-time hours to this career. And so if you're not, you're really going to struggle, guys. And if you don't have that passion at times when life is going to be hard in terms of the business, which you will face hard times, if the passion's not there, you're going to give up and you're going to change career. Okay, all life experience is good, but honestly, save yourself the time before you even start. When you're considering doing the course, ask yourself, am I the beacon of health? Do I really want to coach people? Am I truly passionate about this industry enough for it to be my full-time business and career? And if you're not, maybe you need to reconsider. And that brings me on to my next point, guys, which is having a niche, or at least working towards finding out what your niche is. Now, and your niche may change as your career goes on, and it doesn't always come straight away. Obviously, when you start out in, say, a gym space, for example, there's going to be a lot of different types of training, people doing certain different types of things. People are going to be specializing in injuries or in plyometrics or in sports strength and conditioning or in powerlifting or in rapid weight loss or in nutrition. These people will already have their niches set up. You need to gravitate and maybe get a taste of these different niches and start thinking straight away about what kind of niche you are going to gravitate towards. If you have a niche, it is going to mean that when you're trying to sell your service, it's going to be very specific and you are going to attract that audience or that crowd, which is going to be great for you because you're going to be working within a niche that you enjoy, so that when you deliver the sessions, you're going to be happy with your work. It's going to encourage you to continue. You're going to get great feedback, word of mouth. They're going to recommend you, and your business will prosper based on your niche. This does take time, so you really do need to be patient with this one, guys. So guys, they're the main points that I basically wanted to speak about in this video today. I'm sure there are many more, and if there are any PTs out there or just any general people, leave your comments and questions in the comment section below. Let me know, what areas are you struggling with? Are there any questions that I could maybe answer and help you with to make you a better PT or clarify your decision on whether you actually want to get involved in this industry? And if you really enjoyed the content today, please like the video, share it with some friends, and subscribe to the channel. It'll just enable me to feel motivated to create more free, raw, untampered content for you guys to get involved with. So, in conclusion as well, guys, this is going to be the first video, a short mini video series that I'm creating based around personal training for the average PT, just starting out in the industry, or people that are looking to get into PT and are just a little bit on the fence. And also probably people also that have been within the fitness industry for a little while and are looking for some tips and tricks on how to improve or grow their business, guys. So again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in the next video coming up next.